Hello, my name is Thomas Borek. Today we will investigate the cognitive development theory of Jean Piaget. Piaget was a Swiss psychologist who studied children in the early 20th century. His theory of intellectual cognitive development is still used today. His theory focuses on children from birth to adolescence. It characterizes the stages of development of language, morals, memory, and reasoning. Piaget's assumptions about children were that they build knowledge based on experience. They learn things on their own without adult or older children's influence. He assumed that it was natural for them to learn, and rewards are not needed for motivation. Piaget's stages of cognitive development are the sensory motor from birth to 2 years, the pre operational 2 years to 7 years, the concrete operational 7 years to 11 years, and lastly, the formal operational stage from 12 years to adulthood. Piaget's stages are defined by age range, characteristics, and goals. The sensory motor stage includes children from birth to approximately 2 years of age. The characteristics of this stage include motor activity, such as the manipulation of objects to determine their properties. The child cannot think of things not immediately in front of him. Learning is based on experiences or trial and error. The goal of this stage is object permanence, knowing that an object exists, even if it cannot be seen or if it is hidden. Stage 2 is called pre operational and consists of children from age 2 through age 6 or 7. During this stage of development, language, memory, and imagination are growing rapidly. Children are capable of thinking and talking about things beyond their immediate experience. Intelligence at this stage is egocentric. That is, children have difficulty thinking outside their own viewpoint. They do not reason in logical ways, but rely on intuition. Role playing and imaginary friends are increasingly evident. Thinking about things symbolically becomes more apparent. For example, a child will associate a stethoscope with their pediatrician. The concrete operational stage 3 includes children that range in age from 6 or 7 through age 11 or 12. At this stage, children characteristically are less egocentric. They are more aware of the outside world. They manipulate symbols in a more logical, methodical manner. Their thought processes are more adult like, but still limited to concrete, real life situations. They do begin to start working things out mentally without physically encountering the problem. Children in stage 3 have the ability to classify objects in two or more categories simultaneously. This is known as class inclusion. They also comprehend the concept of conservation. Conservation is the realization that an amount stays the same if nothing is added or nothing is taken away. A younger child is influenced by changes in shape or arrangement. Piaget and Inhelder developed the three mountain task to find when a child is no longer egocentric. A child is seated in front of a model of three distinct mountains. Each mountain is different. A different distinctive object is placed atop each mountain. The child is allowed to walk around the display, look at it, then sit down on one of the four sides. A doll is placed purposefully on a side of the model. The child is shown several pictures and asked to show the doll's view. Piaget assumed that if the child correctly picked the picture showing the doll's view, the child was not egocentric. The child picking the picture that he saw could be deemed egocentric. Piaget's findings were that 4-year-old children almost always chose the picture that represented their view. 6-year-olds frequently chose a picture with a view different from their own, but rarely chose the picture with the doll's view. Only 7 and 8-year-old children chose the correct picture, indicating that they were no longer egocentric. Formal operational. Piaget's fourth stage is labeled formal operational. It encompasses the age group 12 years of age to adulthood. It is characterized by the use of symbols to relate to abstract concepts. These individuals can think about multiple variables and develop hypotheses based upon previous knowledge. Stage 4 participants have the ability to draw logical conclusions that have no basis in physical reality. They possess capabilities essential for advanced disciplines such as mathematics and science. Piaget believed that people of all ages develop intellectually. He also believed that once a person reached the formal operational stage, stage 4, the person was building knowledge, not changing how it was acquired. There are some criticisms of Piaget's stages. In particular, researchers argued that Piaget may have underestimated children's abilities by using confusing terms and particularly difficult tasks. In other studies, children have been successful, demonstrating knowledge of certain concepts or skills when they were presented in a simpler way. Other researchers uncovered that there was a range of abilities with cognitive tasks. In other words, some children may excel or struggle in one area over another. Children may be more adaptable and competent than Piaget's stages give them credit for. I hope my lesson was meaningful and interesting. I thank you for your attention.